both the charts. It takes more than one listen. There's a lot going on in there. And so hopefully in our next 20 minutes or so, Professor Haines and I can offer some ideas. So Monica Herzig is on the faculty at Indiana University. I know her through her work with the Jazz Education Network. She runs the research section of that. I didn't know that she was a composer. I wrote down, one of the things I wrote down is kind of difficult, horn players or whoever had solos in that, when you have that sort of ascending chromatic, descending chromatic motion. There's a tune by Thelonious Monk called Well You Need. And and it might be good to just, kind of like what other people do when the chords are moving so fast and it's chromatic, and I don't have a whole lot of language that I know to put on my instrument, to get over that. So like when Miles Davis records it, he doesn't play as fast as a George Coleman when he takes a solo. So sometimes just doing a little hunting to find some information about that. I better put my glasses on. I can't read without them. Well, let's look at the. So on the first thing I wrote on the first tune, that maybe the balance, the bass is a little hot for where the drums were playing without the piano lid maybe all the way up. I felt like that you were the hottest of the three instruments, and I'm not necessarily saying that you were wrong and you need to play softer. It could be that the other two can come up a little bit, but we need to find a way to sort of put all the sounds in balance. Okay, kind of put that in balance. So work on that just a little bit. I love the little piano and bass duo in the first piece. I mean, it was kind of, you had this sort of short little thing of maybe 4 to 8 bars, but I thought it was done well. When you did clarify that first piece to me, is that's a busy piece of music, that's a sparse piece of music.
It's definitely busy.
It's definitely busy, and so one of the goals when it is busy is to figure out how can I create clarity for an audience that's hearing this, for the first time a little bit in that. So that's just something to work out in rehearsal. Horn players, maybe a few more sustained notes, maybe a little bit more repetition. You're looking for little hooks that your audience can sort of gravitate to and be a more active participant in the performance of the music. I love the piano intro on the Respected Destroyer?
Yes, sir.
That's an interesting name. I wonder what the backline is for that. Conan, the Respected Destroyer. All right, that's pretty cool. Horn players, you've heard this a million times, but I think in a piece like this, we can exaggerate more. If the line goes up, what do we tend to do? We crescendo. If the line comes down, we do that. So if you can kind of think, the next step for you guys, and you play really nicely as a group, might be, can I make that contrast even a little bit greater? And it's usually harder to do the soft end. So, it's easy to kind of add a little more volume to it, but work on that. That could be very nice. The second piece, at least on the first listen, it feels like you have sort of two grooves, kind of a ethereal, floating ECM, Brian Blade and the Fellowship type of sound, where it's like textures and nuance and sort of floating, no gravity kind of thing. And then it kind of switches to a little bit more of a established sort of funk groove or something. I think we could do more to contrast that a little bit. It's like really turn the dial up on those two things. Maybe be a little bit more spatial. Just whatever that groove is. Really make them feel contrasting.
Yeah.
Final thing, and then I want to listen to what Steve has to say about it. Horn players on the last piece. I mean, I was hearing something that sounded like a melodic minor triad, major seventh or something. Is that right? Okay. that's kind of an interesting sound and all that, and since I would call this, you didn't play a blues, you didn't play a standard. These were real compositions in the sense of, well, I've got to then sort of explore what the composition gives me. What's inside that piece of music that I might want to use. And I would say, more shapes, more gestures. So it's like, you just experiment with that scale a little bit. I know that's not the only one you have, but that was one that was sustained for a little while. And little call and response with yourself, kind of outline some things. That'll give a little more meat in it. I guarantee you, when you hear gestures like that as an audience, we tend to get more towards the end of the chair, interested in what's going on, because you're sort of communicating things we understand, nice melodic shapes and gestures. Okay? Really fun set. Great way to get us started. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed it. It was a great way to start the morning for us. Like we were back there dancing in our chairs and writing feverishly about all the good things we heard, some of the things that we can make better. On the sheet, there's a lot of, I wrote lovely big baritone saxophone sound in the first one. I love the trumpet sound of the second piece especially, but you have such a nice sound, I hope you keep playing. I hope you all keep playing, whether you go into music or not. I hope you all just keep playing music. Gosh, I loved all the solos. I love the fretless bass. Oh my gosh, fretless bass. Like, that's no joke. That instrument is hard to play because you don't have any frets, and it's hard to pitch up. And you sounded pretty in tune,
Yeah.
maybe more than average for your age. So, congratulations. You know what I mean? Really good. Yeah, and I love.
A few targets were destroyed.
Yes, yes, exactly right, Jim. And nice steady rhythm section beat. Drummer, well done. I think. In this music, there's a couple things, I think that music is just by nature, when you go into these situations and you're playing for people, you're playing for a group and you namely have these two guys that are sitting back there writing down stuff about your playing, it's easy to feel like it's nerve-wracking or you feel nervous or anxious. And so the more you play, the less that will disappear. I think what we've got to do is we've got to fear things like, fear inside of us is an instinctual thing, and it's meant for our safety. It's meant for how do I stay alive? So, when you're at the grocery store and it's 1 o'clock in the morning and the thing inside of you says, hey, should I ask somebody to walk with me out to put my stuff in the trunk of the car right now or not? That's when you listen to your fear. Or if you're in the Ukraine right now, that would be a very fearful thing. You'd have to really be mindful of your safety. Music, we don't really have as much to fear. And when you start trying to enjoy the music, then you'll find you're going to win over your audience better. So I'm going to start something really crazy. So we'll start the first song again. And can you do me a favor? What's your name?
Seth.
Seth? So you're going to go like this. Give me the tempo of the first one so I don't mess that up.
5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
So I want you to go ding, 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 ding on the ride cymbal and give me a nice firm beat. Can you do that? Yeah. Try it again. And you're going to, excuse me, everybody. Try it again. And you're going to go like that. So like that. Yeah. There you go. Nice firm beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Can you give it to me more? That's going to be the laundry line for the whole song. Ding, 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 like that. Yeah. What did you say it was? Seth. Okay, Seth. Now do it and smile.
Oh, so much better.
It's different. Like it just lit up. You just lit up the room. Now do the same thing, but I want you to add. You can go ding, 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 ding. Wherever you want to put that little ding, you put it in. Right, and you don't have to swing it. It's straight. Ding, ding, a ding, 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 a ding, ding. Yeah, smile. And everybody breathe in and out. Breathe in and out the bend. Good. Now you're gonna add your hi-hat. You do every quarter note. Good. Now you're gonna go on 2 and 4. You're gonna give me a backbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. There you go. Now breathe and smile. Breathe and smile. Breathe and smile. Yeah, can you do it again? Just give us more, okay? Okay, can I just have the rhythm section at the beginning of the song of the first tune? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, can you turn it down?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I need you to smile more. Okay? Everybody in here smile or we'll kill you. Okay, all right? So a little bit less pedal, a little more rhythm. Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna do rhythm section first. Make sure our mojo's going. If you're not smiling, there's a problem. Okay, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bigger back. Bigger. Bigger. Yeah! Right. So just exactly what Jim is doing, right?
So it's kind of like,
Boxing, yeah.
yeah.
So for you all, you're kind of playing it like you're drinking tea with the queen, you know? And what you've got to do is your belly's going to go boo ooh it, ooh ooh it, ooh ooh it, like that. Can we put it all together? Okay. Smiling commences now. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, go. So one thing that I noticed, that was so much better, horns. One thing I noticed in the rhythm section is now that you're breathing and you're taking it easy, you're smiling, you're inviting everybody in, you know, everybody's like, it feels so much like music. Everybody, he's like, it feels like music, Cats, how you're playing now. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that was a lot better. Jim, do you want anything to add for this one?
No, this sounds great. How much time do we have left?
12:50. 12 minutes, 50 seconds.
We have 12 minutes and 50.
That's awesome.
Let's go to the Discord.
Yeah. So for this one, my comment here on this one is like, how do I say this? When you play music, you're like an actress or an actor, and no matter how you feel at the moment, the music takes precedent. If the music is, say, joyful, or like in this case, it's like your melody, the one that you just played was sort of dogged. You know, it's like, you know, it's kind of got this like pushy thing to it. And so you always have to honor what the music calls for. So for this next one, we've got this, how do you describe this song?
Melancholy.
Melancholy, what else?
Ethereal.
Ethereal, what else?
You owe me $3 for that.
Solemn, yeah, $3. What else? Maybe mysterious, exotic, maybe.
Okay.
So instead of reading the music, I want you to try to. Physically you might have to read it, but what I'm trying to say is you want to give us the impression that you're playing the music, that you're creating this exoticism or this mystical thing or magical thing or whatever it is, mysterious thing. You see what I mean? So by way of doing that, one thing that I noticed about you all is, and this is very, very common, is that sometimes a forte and a piano are, you think they're like this, but they're actually, fortes and pianos are more like, they're really close together. So for example, for you, Seth, when you played at the beginning, you played quieter, but I think your quiets can be much, much, much more quiet. You know what I mean? So everybody, let's just do this. Let's just hear, do me a favor and play me your quietest note. Okay, can you make it half that? Okay, how about even quieter? Okay, what else can you do on the set that makes it even quieter?
You did.
There, you just hit it with your finger. That was quiet. Can you make it quieter? There. You see what I mean? So you can get really, really quiet. You can get whisperingly quiet, but it doesn't, you don't have to change the intensity. Like whispering with intensity. So what I want you to do, Seth, is when we start this song, you get to smile, of course, and you're gonna close your eyes, and I want you just to add to the color of the song, and just lean in on your extra softs. And that way, when you play something louder and you go, whoa, it's really exciting. Okay? Same thing with you. I want you to blend into the music. You know, I love how we can support ourselves on your sound. That's like the hallmark of a great bass player. But I also want you to blend into the band, which incidentally is a problem that I have all the time. I'm constantly trying to blend into the music, you know. Okay, can we try from the beginning?
Yep.
What do you want when it starts like actually with the rest?
Yeah, maybe with the rest of the band, yeah.
We got the same part.
So could you do that even quieter?
Quiet.
And just like make us come to you. Make me go, you know? And then for you, remember that when you hold a note, even if you're not thinking, the note is still being played, right? You don't have to play a whole note for the whole measure. The thing about jazz is you get to make your own part because there's no one else playing the bass but you. Unlike an orchestra, the beauty of the orchestra is everybody's playing together. It's beautiful. So for you, you can go, like just try bliss. Just go, and then stop the note and let 4 beats go by with no bass sound. Because Seth is going to sound better. Because you're giving him more love. Yeah.
Are you thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4?
Does it sound like the second one?
I like that. Smaller part.
So do the second one.
Yeah, try that a little bit. And I must admit, after all this talk, I was shocked at how loud you sounded when you came in. Okay, be even softer. You know, surprise me in the other way, okay? Here we go.
Okay.
Now you're thinking, now that's good.
Yeah. Go the other way, pull us down. Sorry to cut you off. That sounds so great. So I just feel like the 3 of you are making so much more music now because you're telling me a story with what you're playing. You're kind of laying on top of the rhythm section and making this incredible story, you know? So what I want you to do though is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to feel like you do this. Boom, boom. You see what I mean, Seth? You got it dialed in, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go from where the horns come in. 1, 2, 3.
Well, so the idea is, we don't want to improvise 100% of the individual. If we do it as a quintet, you only have to get nervous 20% of the time,
Right.
right? I mean, in other words, I think he was like asking you to give me permission to do something else, and you didn't, and he didn't,
Right.
and it stayed flatlined too long, right? So when I said, oh, no, improvise, we all know what the beat is by now.
Yeah.
So we went out and started sewing with him, and if he goes, it becomes a dialogue.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun.
Yeah. And did you notice in the middle of the melody, there was like sort of one section of the melody, and then there was another section of the melody, which is like, but wait. Like you have the slower, mysterious thing, and then right in the middle of the song, there's like a but wait section, where it gets more intense, right? So all of you have got to tell and sell that storyline, where suddenly you're a different band, because it's a totally different section of the song. And then when you go back to the solos again, you can get quieter again. And you start back in gear 1, and then go to gear 2. I think for the saxophone, one thing that I would tell you, could we just try the beginning of the sax? How much time do we have? 3 minutes, perfect. Why don't we take
Good.
the beginning of the
A lot of
saxophone section? We've done so much improvement in here. It's such smart people, it's incredible. And by the way, let's put our hands together for the teacher. Yeah, Mr. Newsom. So, hats off to you, So let's just start from the solo, and what I want you all to do is start a lot quieter. And what I want you to do is think beginning of my solo. So what do you do at the beginning of something?
An introduction.
Sure. Does it have to be high and loud and fast, tons of notes?
No, sir.
It does not. And that way you're able to tell a story. So if you just play one note with a little vibrato and stop and let them do something for you, you're going to sound like $1 million.
All right.
And then what you do in your mind, you say, okay, now I'm in the middle of my solo, so how does my middle sound? And then you say, okay, now I'm going to finish, so what does my finish sound like?
Yes, sir.
And allow yourself to fail. Allow yourself to move your fingers and just try something. Can we try that? 1, 2, 3, top. Good, now you don't have to play. Blow.
practice that way a little bit, it may show you something about the intonation on the instrument. You start opening up and all of a sudden the pitch center, drops a little bit, and then you wanna, I like that voice. You may need to play that way and then push in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but do it, but that's good. And don't forget just the power of your articulation. Not many notes, but just
Swing.
your articulation can help a lot. DAH, D-A-H.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all of it, yeah. Yeah, great job, guys.
Don't stop playing. Keep playing, please. Keep playing.
What was that last thing that sounded like Sly and the Family's throat? Be-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da-da-da.
Yeah, sure
Yeah.
I hear it.
What? Yeah,
right.
there were a lot of little things that popped out in that. Two tunes.